What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan, and on this planet we send it. And what we're going to be getting in today, well, I just got back from a family vacation to Italy, and I will say I do plan on putting out some shorts about that. I'm unsure if I'm going to actually do a full video, but I will put some shorts out about that. But I've been away from the beehive. The last inspection was probably about 3, maybe almost 4 weeks ago. So I want to get on up there and see how they were doing, see how the bee production, the babies are coming along, and then also how the honey is going. So the plan for this video is I just want to inspect both the honey super and the brood box to see how everything is going, making sure that the queen is doing great as she was showing to be doing so in the last video, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I see that the honey is just about ready to harvest, but we'll see. All right, I got a plan in place. Risks are acceptable. Let's go ahead and send it. All right, so usually when I first come over here, before I put on all my suit and everything, get the smoke going, I usually like to take a look at the front and see what kind of activity is going on. And then also I take a look at anything that might be out of the ordinary. So like I tried to clear the grapevines away the last time while they're growing still, so I need to push those out of the way. I'll do that here off camera. And then also the other thing I'm taking a look at is seeing a lot of ants here coming up and over here. So I need to go ahead and fill up my pest control. Basically put some more oil down there in those little divots, and that'll prevent the ants from coming on up. But I'll do that all off camera, and we'll just go ahead and get on into it. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, I think what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take a look at the honey super first. We'll just start from the top and then work our way down. So let's go ahead and take off the top and see what's happening down there. Let's bring you guys up here for the unveil. Let's see what it's looking like. Okay, got the proper. Ooh, that's a good sign. So I'm happy to see all the bees up here. That's a good amount of bees up here just to begin with. So that's kind of a good sign. I don't know if that's necessarily going to mean that it's time for her to go ahead and start harvesting honey, but that would be awesome if it was time. But let's go ahead and take a look here. So I'm going to just go ahead and lean this on the side, actually here on the back side, so that if they want, they can just climb on up and come on back in there if they so choose to. But for now, let's go ahead and pull one of these out. I'm doing this in the morning, so what we're going to do is give you a slightly different angle so that I can take this off and show it to you after I inspect it. So let's see what's happening with the middle frame. And I always like to start at the middle frame first, because that's the frame that should be the inner frame should be the frames that harvest the soonest. So that's giving me the best idea on how soon it will be before we're harvesting. And it is feeling heavy. It's feeling real heavy, actually. All right, so what we're looking at, let me see if we can keep this in the frame while you see it and I see it. So what we're looking at right here is we got the honey capped at maybe about 50% here. So I need to see like at least all this and maybe a little bit more over here before it's time to start harvesting. Let's take a look at the back side. Now this one is actually maybe like 70% complete. I got all this capped over. I just need this little spot. To be honest, I just need this little spot to be capped over, and it'll be time to go ahead and harvest this one. So that's a real good sign. Let's take a look at this was the one that dead smack in the middle. Let's take a look at ones on either side of it. Another observation I'm making is that the bees are a lot calmer right now. So it is showing me, it's definitely apparent that the new queen genetics have taken over, and as advertised, I have an Italian queen, and the bees are a lot more calm. Yeah, this one we're looking at 60, maybe 70% complete. Really, if we just kind of filled in this section, this would probably be, 10, 15% left, and that would be okay to go ahead and harvest. Let's take a look at the other side. Not as much, but looking at maybe almost 50% right. Smoke is real. Almost 50% capped, so still a little bit more to go. Now I'm looking at this one, it's about the same as the outer one, so we're not going to go any further in this direction. All right, taking a look at the outside of this one. Looks like we're maybe only 30%, but these are all filled up really well. So these look like it's about ready to be capped, but not quite there yet. Let's take a look at the inner side, which should be more. Oh wow, yeah, this is looking really good. Really, if all this just was kind of filled in, I would feel comfortable going ahead and harvesting this. But we got it, they're getting there, so that's a great sign. So let's go ahead and close up the honey super, and we'll get on down into the brood box and see what's happening down there. But by the looks of things, the way they're collecting honey, I suspect they're doing really well. And I anticipate this is going to be pretty heavy, so we're just going to set this down so I can then use it we're going to set this down on the bench so I can then use it as a stand for the camera. Yeah, definitely some good bee activity in there, so we're looking very healthy in here. I don't see anything, at least initially, wrong. So let's go ahead and take the queen excluder out, and let's start taking a look and seeing how the bees are doing. Now the owner of the beehive, or the owner of the flow frame, said you gotta pay attention to the queen excluder just to make sure that the queen isn't on the queen excluder. So that's what I'm doing right now. It doesn't appear that they're on there, so I'm just going to go ahead and shake it off real fast. And then we'll also put this to the side. Now I'm just going to take it a little easy. That agitated obviously the bees that were on the queen excluder, but everything else is seeming pretty calm. So I'm gonna, sort of press my luck a little bit, see if they, no kidding, are showing to be calm. And then that way, if they are, then then it helps me be calm at the same time and makes these go a lot easier. So I think this one might be cross-combed. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do a little pull on it. I definitely need to break it up. Might not be actually. Let's take a look here. Now this is showing to be mostly resources. I'm seeing nectar or honey up in here, so maybe a little bit of royal jelly going on up in there, or bee bread, I mean. So we're going to go ahead and set this to the side. I'm just looking to see. Usually the queen won't be on the resource slide, but I am taking a look just in case she is. It doesn't appear to be on that one, so we're going to go ahead and proceed. Now I do want to say that this inner one yet, they haven't filled in at all yet. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad sign, but it is an observation. Seeing a lot of brood here all the way out to this frame now, so that's a great sign. Let's see if the queen is here. Even got some larger drone ones over here. Got the regular brood right here, and then you got some larger drone ones over here. Not seeing the queen. Now I'm going to go ahead and adjust this one and try to put it into the light because I got lots of larvae on this one. So the queen is definitely doing healthy. Let's see if you can see in there. What you're looking for is the white, what appears to be like pieces of rice in there. That's larva, so hopefully that's showing out as good as I'm able to see it. So unfortunately the GoPro died due to overheating, but I was on this frame when I showed you. I'm now to this frame. So far these have just been full of brood and resources for the babies. So the queen in the hive is doing really healthy. I'm like I said, I'm right here and I still have yet to see the queen, so I'm going to go ahead and proceed on and we'll see if I can find the queen. If I can, I'll go ahead and bring the GoPro back and we'll try to show it to you because I've yet to find her yet since I've owned this hive. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Yeah, I was not able to find the queen, and that's unfortunate. However, I am very happy with what I'm seeing in the inspection. The queen was very busy. They started filling out some of the empty frames that was in there. That initial one they hadn't quite touched yet, but there was 2 later on the other side of the hive that they started filling in. So that's good. That shows me that they're wanting to expand so they can advance the bee production. And I would say, you know, I don't quite know like when, like I can't necessarily judge the time when honey is going to be available or not, number one, because I'm not really sure of the honey flow out here, or correction, the nectar flow out here. And then also with the bees continually to increase their numbers, like that's also another variable that I'm just not familiar with yet. But I am very happy to see that those 3 middle frames are looking like they'll be ready to harvest here, you know, fingers crossed, in the next 4 weeks. You know, I keep saying that, but this time it feels a little bit more real. So we'll see how it goes. When I take a look a little bit later, then when I do another inspection, hopefully it's that time. The good thing is about the Flow Hive is it has the side views, and so I can take a look in there, and if I see that the honey is all the way to the end, then that lets me know it's time to harvest. And when that happens, I'll bring you guys along. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.